Hi, my name's Jesse and you're watching Now You Know. In this episode we're going to be doing the 4th update of the Grove ecosystem. Let's check it out. So since the last update, the Grove has really exploded into life. So we have our kale plants over here, we've got some parsley that's coming in quite nicely, and then we've got some basil plants that are coming in. So much growth has been happening that we've had to raise up the lights. I don't know if you can see that. So, I mean, we'd used to have it be just at the, very base of it, but it's really brought that up a lot because our plants are growing. It's nice because you get the light right on top of the plants. You bring it right on top of them. So we've been harvesting some of our kale plants. It's important when you're harvesting kale that you take the larger outside leaves first before you don't ever take the baby leaves in the middle. Also, you should be pruning the tops of your basil. So we've sort of pinched right in there. And what that is going to do is it's going to cause some of the other shoots to grow, and it'll branch out even more. Also, our seedlings have been growing. The ones that were too small to replant earlier, now they're definitely, it's past due for them to be moved up. So let's do that now. Alright, so now we're going to be transplanting these basil seedlings over into the bed area. I've planted already some microgreens which are going to be coming up, so they're going to be a little bit in the way, but honestly, you should just be creative with your grove. Use it however you see fit, and don't worry about getting things perfectly right, especially when you're setting up your bed. You can always harvest things, and that makes it easy. So I'm just gonna plop this guy right there. So let's do that now. So he has quite a bit of roots on the bottom. So last time I had luck with just sort of pushing it up and out and then grabbing it, getting a good hold of it, and sort of pulling it back, and the roots come right with it. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so now I'm going to use my hand as sort of a wedge, and I'll be taking most of the force of my hand, and I'm just going to push right into the center here. And so lined up right where I want it, and then cover it up with clay pebbles. There, that'll be a happy basil plant. Alright, and then one more. Let's do that real quick. And I mean, that is the nice thing about the clay pebbles. In about 2 seconds, you're done. Boom, transplanted. Alright, this guy's still a little small. We're going to put him back. And I'm grabbing the remaining parsley plants. So this is a microgreen. I'm going to pick him right out. I'm letting some of the radishes over here grow to become actual radishes, just to see what that's like. It might be a pain to pull them out, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, so basically doing the same thing here that I did with the basil. So pulling out the parsley. This guy feels pretty dry. It's odd. Alright, so got my parsley, and I think a good spot for him would be right up here in the front. Bury him down here. There we go, and then cover up the soil bit with. Perfect. So now we're going to check the water level of the Grove. Okay, so I'm coming in here, having this sort of panel right here, and then I'm pulling out this tube that I probably have shown you doing before, and then the water is going to drain out into the fish tank. Then you want to make sure that your pumps are off. So you do that by pressing the button and turning it to the left, which turns off the pumps. Wait until the water has drained all the way down to the hole. Alright, so we're looking a little low, so I'm going to add some more water, but before I do, I'm going to do a quick pH test. So pH tests are pretty fast. Usually they're about like that. Super fast. Alright, so let's take a reading real quick. The water actually seems to have been recovering. We're about a 6.6 right now. The pH is a little low, but it's not a big deal. I've been talking with Grove, and they said that basically a low pH is not a big deal. Nothing to worry about, especially with a mature system like ours. And so they're just having me keep monitoring it and make sure that it is working okay. Okay, so because the pH is low, we're going to add 2 scoops of Grove Up to the jug, and then from the jug we're going to pour that into the system, and that's going to bring up the pH of our water just a little bit more. So let's do that now. 2 scoops. And now you could do another pH test, but honestly it would just be off the chart. The pH of this water will be very high, but it's going to get mixed in with all the rest of the water, so it's going to get diluted. So as you can see, there's not too much more work to be done on the Grove. Basically just keep feeding the fish, add water once a week, and harvest your plants and eat them. It's great. It's having a garden in your kitchen. It's so refreshing to come out in the morning and to have the lights you know, shining brightly even if it's winter or overcast outside, and to be able to smell, you know, really fresh greens and herbs is just, oh, it's magic, especially in these cold winter months. Thank you for watching this episode of Now You Know. If you liked it, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing. We're going to be doing more of these updates. Not that there's too much more to learn. We have done a whole series of updates before of how to get the Grove started and then how to plant your seeds and add fish and stuff like that. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. We're going to post a link to Grove's website down below so you can buy one if you'd like, or just learn more about the Grove ecosystem. Definitely check it out. It's very interesting, and Grove is a wonderful company and a great team. I've met all of them. They're really nice people. Also, please consider supporting us on Patreon. You know, we're doing our best to try and bring you the best content that we possibly can, and that takes gear. Honestly, it takes cameras and SD cards and microphones, and you know, we just want to keep getting better, and unfortunately gear is expensive, so please consider supporting us on Patreon. You know, it doesn't have to be much, but if you become a subscriber, we'll definitely give you a big shout out. Now you know.